So you're probably thinking, what's the difference between the Vitamix X4 and the X5? The X5 has 10 programs and the X4 has 5, so more equals better, right? Really quick, I'm letting go. We are blending for good, and we stock fresh Vitamix X4s. They ship in 24 hours, Monday through Friday. And so that's why I feel compelled to tell you these things. You'll be happy either way, but the X4 is our choice, and here's why. For the handful of programs that you do use on a day-to-day, they're way easier to get to on the X4. And here's the kicker. The X4 is 50 bucks cheaper, and the noise output between the X4 and the X5, it's the same. Someday the X4 might not be available, but as long as it is, that's the one that we would pick. All right, so the X4 is like $150 more than the X2, so it must perform better, right? The blend results are identical. It's the same motor, it's the same housing, it's the same quality of build on the inside. The only difference is that the X4 has a stainless steel finish and it has touch controls. Same smoothness, same speed, same power. Basically, you're paying $150 for stainless steel finish. Is that worth it to you? It's complicated. The accountant in me says, amortize it over the life 10 years. So for a thing you're gonna use every day for a decade, it might be worth it. Do the math. You gotta know that the tamper indicator, it's an extra feature on the X4. It's gonna light up when it wants you to use the tamper, but it only does this when you use one of the programs. So if you use like a frozen dessert program, the tamper button is gonna light up and say, hey, you should use the tamper, but that's the only way that it actually knows that there's a thick blend in there that you have to use the tamper to push the ingredients down into the blade. But with a week or two of experience, you're gonna know that you need to use the tamper. The tamper indicator feature, you're gonna forget it exists pretty quickly. The X4 has no physical switches. It's just touch controls. Touch start and stop, touch pulse, a touch to get into the menu to do the programs. But just because there's programming, there also is variable speed control. You can use the machine manually, like you would any Vitamix. The dial is one like you would see in your car. Something that turns and you can touch and turn, and it's electronically controlled. It's not a mechanical, basically it resets to 0 every time you turn the machine off. Some of you perked up and some of you groaned at that. My understanding from mechanical engineers and people who make products like this, the touch controls as well as the dial are actually more stable. They last longer. They are less likely to break down than a physically controlled switch or mechanically controlled dial. The other upside is that it's super easy to clean. You can pretty much just wipe the face. The downside, if you're someone with visual impairment, it's a little more challenging. There's no guides like there are on your computer to find home row. In our experience, people love whichever one they go with. If they have an X4 with the touch controls, or if they have another model like the X2 with the physical switches, they love it no matter what because of the results that they get, because of the user experience. No one gets an X4 and is like, oh gosh, I wish I had this. The user experience is quite good. Having said that, the dial takes some getting used to. Controlling the variable speeds to get from 1 to 10 is easy, it's intuitive. Toggling to programs, not so much. The program selection on the X4 operates as though it were a mechanical dial. If the programs were painted to the blender, you would take the dial and turn it towards the one you want to use. Smoothie over here, soup over here. But with the X4's screen, the icons actually move. So the expectation for folks that are used to operating digital things like this is that when you turn the dial, you're turning the screen as well. When in fact, it actually operates like a mechanical thing. So you point to it and then it moves the opposite way. You'll see, but you get used to it. Something to be aware of. For what it's worth, I talked to Vitamix product and they said that this was an intentional decision and it's one of those things that you just get used to using and then you don't think about it. And I would say that's probably true. The plus 15-second button, as you get the hang of it, as you're making frozen desserts, it's a hot soup. If you're making nut butter in your Vitamix, you're gonna know how long it takes to do. You're probably not gonna use many more programs than the cleaning cycle, smoothies, hot soups. That's it. The plus 15-second button adds 15 seconds when you're using a program. So think about it like you're using a microwave. I'm gonna make popcorn. Ooh, I hear it's still popping. I'm gonna hit 15 seconds and let it keep popping. The benefit is you don't have to start from the beginning. If you're making an ice cream and you're using a program, it just stays at high speed, but it's not a feature that you're gonna miss if you don't have. Need to talk about the rubber container handle on the right here. So in the early versions of these machines, this handle was falling off. It's just an early production issue. They've since resolved it. Newer units have a redesigned grippy thing and a tighter adhesive to keep it on there. So if you hear about this issue, if you see one of the early videos from the early demonstrators showing the handle going whoop, like its pants falling down, that's why it doesn't happen anymore. If you're still here, thanks for watching. I'm letting go. We are blending for good. We're the Mom and Pop Vitamix Shop. We help people buy Vitamix with small business care from a company that does good with zero trade-offs. Go to blendingforgood.com to learn more, and I'll see you in the next one.